So we are back, you audio heathens. Michael's Mixing Services. This is part two of the mixing session, Memories, by the artist going by the name of K.O.B. Oh, um, I've been listening to it, and there's a couple things that I can do, a couple things that I want to do. Well, one thing that I did offline. The one thing that I did offline, not maybe about 5-10 minutes ago, was I did the second layer of automation because I did the first automation in the first video. So, and the automation that I did, oh man, excuse me, the automation that I did was direction mixer. Automated my direction mixers because, well, I don't use pan knobs. Because pan knobs, just like using your gain strip on your plugin, affects everything pre-fader. Pre-fader. This is considered part of the fader. That thing right there. Yes. Finally got the big cursor to work. That big thing right there. Mixing knob. The fader. The pan knob. That's all post. And you want to affect this pre. That's why when you do panning in Logic and you use this, you're not getting true panning. So I just wanted to put that in there. So alright. Well, now that I'm recording this, I don't even need that track anymore, which is dope. So it actually saved quite a bit of processing power. We talked about the delays. So yeah, you know everything that's going on. I'm just gonna dig into this and like figure out what I want to do and where I want to go with it, and let's rock out. Oh man, can't stop yawning. Jeez. We need some circulation in here. A little too toasty. Okay.
What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't say you was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck.
Now, the one thing I was talking to the client about was about my delays. I had some delays going. It's actually the echo, and it's not the tape delay. And I just couldn't wrap my head around the 2-hour session we had with the tape delay. So, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to see how I can get both of these delays to work in unison with each other to give me the delay effect that I'm properly searching for. I want the echo to happen at a quarter note, but I also want my stereo delay to bounce the delay between the left and the right speakers. So that's what I'm looking for.
What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in the maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell how your sentence plain on death pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step. Acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wished you would have kept it, but I guess it's take heed or you have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was obsessed? Like make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all of them.
I like it, man. I just feel like it's not aggressive enough. So there's a couple ways you can go about doing it. I could mess with the parameters in this thing. It's not like I don't like where the delay is sitting at. I just don't like the fact that my delay is not in front of my face. The fader shouldn't be an issue because, like I said before, that's all post. So you need to affect everything pre. So this might not be a good practice, but to ensure that my delays give me the effect Actually, my effects give me the effect that I want. No pun intended. Um, I've been putting limiters on my thing, man. Like I said, it might be right, it might be wrong, but there is no right way of mixing, as long as it sounds good to you.
All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I ascend this plane. I'm dead pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You have to learn a lesson.
Yeah, did you hear that? That's the thing about delays. Like, you got to. Your delay has to have just as much timing. And I'm pretty sure it's this delay right here that's giving me my problem. And the only reason why it's giving me a problem because it's delaying a word that I don't want the delay on. This is why you make delay throws. I want it to happen at this very particular word that I want to emphasize and leave the rest alone.
Send this plane, I'm dead pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance.
Alright, I think that was it. I think that was it right there.
I'm dead pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step,
No.
acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed.
That's it. That's it. Because it's getting the last little slice of butt, and it's delaying the butt, and I don't want
I
that.
wish you would've
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Take heed. You have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You have would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your question. Kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You have to learn
Almost.
a lesson. I don't blame you for
Something
your
like
question,
that.
but I have a advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You
All
have
right.
to learn a lesson. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Or you have to learn.
It's almost happening. It's almost like a shave of it's happening. And when it comes to this automation and where you put your delays, like it separates the professionals for the amateurs. So if you're going to start doing automation work, make sure you commit to it all the way through, because this really comes down to how bad you want to win the game. And if you're dragging your feet, you're gonna look unprofessional. You're gonna look unprofessional. So don't access this thing unless you've had experience and you're ready to commit to automation.
This last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Oh, yeah.
This is minuscule, microscopic work. Like, excuse me, whatever the subtractive and additive EQs and dynamic range is. This is like a 64th of that work, and it's less about me getting plugins where I want them to sound, but it's more about getting where I want my effects to sound, the timing of it, the pocket. This is important.
Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Oh, yeah.
It's almost there. It's almost there. That's probably what I want.
I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Or you have to learn a lesson.
Maybe
we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed.
All right, I think I could live with that delay, because that extra word was just getting delayed, and it just sounded corny.
All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever.
I got all my parameters. If you notice, I got all my parameters for the verse to do the delays. Now I'm about to start tweaking the way I want the delays to sound different from each other.
All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. And damn it. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was a kill when you died. Wish I was in his memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was a kill when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave. It's there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I sin is plain. I'm dead pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would this lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would have kept it, but I guess it's take heed, or you have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with.
Alright, so yeah, you saw I completely like did a little bit more on that first verse. So
Kill one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But
alright, I like that delay. I like the way that delay is going now because I got the delay for the most part to be how I want it. But give me a second. All right, so yeah, I got this first verse and the delay the way I want it, and now I'm about to go into the second verse.
Hey, as I sit and wonder, thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance. How we come up, leaning on each other for guidance. Even though the fact that you were younger, you planted a seed inside me. Help me break the chains and search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it. All information turned into essence, but not to mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing, and I kept the same message in my mind. And life ain't get better, cause it's all by design. But I gotta keep going, can't quit, can't resign. Different tone, the same shit. But the mission is to have a pot to piss in, and that's it. Life without you don't fit, like shoes with no fit.
How about
Yeah,
some
like
chicken tomorrow?
complicated. Forgive my
That's cool.
displacements and
Okay.
context in my mind. I wish I can replace it, change reality I'm facing, but hey, all I'm left with.
I don't really know.
But hey, all I'm left.
No. I don't have a problem with it.
I'm facing, but hey, all I'm left.
All right, that's cool.
I was listening.
Oh, I
It
mean,
sounded better.
you could listen. Just be quiet. I'm in the middle of recording a video.
Okay, I'm going to.
All right. So, yeah, man. All right. I like the way the verses and the delay throws are. So I think I'm ready to commit. I think I'm. Oh man! I think I'm ready to commit to the verse. Yeah, I think I want to do that because I need to buy back my CPU power to go back to the verse and tweak it out the way that I want it to sound. So let's kind of all those. We'll bounce all that in place. Bounce that in place. We won't include the audio tail. We will include the panning and automation. And okay, cool. Let's bounce this guy down. Claim our CPU processing power back. Alright, cool. So now we got our verse summed up. So let's freeze these tracks and get our CPU power back.
I need you in the kitchen.
Fuck out of here with this shit. Let me
killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I
Oh. Okay. So. Mmm. right, man. Oh, the one thing I don't like about being creative and using my brain, man, there's always people who try and get in between your energy and try to disrupt your energy, man. And people really need to put that shit back in their pocket and need to go sit the fuck down with that fucking energy, man. All that goddamn projecting, man. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I got a job to do.
Yes, memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes.
Alright, we got a slight problem. And that slight problem is this. My automation is not connected. And if I get rid of this track stack, I've lost everything. None of my effects got crossed over. That is weird, man. That is super weird, bro. Huh? No, that's all right. I got it, bro. I got it. What is this? Sin number 4. So we're gonna go plus 4. I actually want to go with absolute, not relative, and take the playhead. Oh, what the hell, man? Oh, okay. So, and this is important in Logic. You copy automation, take your playhead and match it to right where you want it to happen, right? And now I don't have to worry about this automation. Done. Could delete that. Done. All right. What else did we have? We had the panning automation, but that should have been
See, I'm facing, but hey, memories. What up, bro?
Alright, so clearly that's one thing about copying and pasting your automation. It kind of falls off a grid. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because I marked the playhead to exactly where. Alright, so let me go back. Let's get precise with this. Alright. A control C. Where does this first one happen? Happens something like right there, right? So, oh wow. Okay. Alright, so now my automation should be right where it's at. So unless your effects are happening on the 1, don't do it on the 1. Follow your playhead to where the effects, where the automation actually happens. Alright, so
Memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in the maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I your sin is plain. I'm that pulls his lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Or you have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with is the memory stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with, yeah. But all I'm left with.
okay, so this is important. like I said, when it happens with your delays, you got to scale your delays down and make sure your delays don't bleed over into the next word that you don't want that delay to happen.
Only best friends I have left, yeah. But all them left, all them left.
Alright, now we should be soloing things.
They kill one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But kill one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But
Alright, I like that.
chest, they kill one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left, all
Alright.
I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories.
Okay. We can definitely serve in some volume automation. I haven't done any of that.
All I'm left with is memories. As I sit and wonder, all I'm left with is memories. As I sit and wonder, think.
Oh, okay. Watch what I do. Something like that.
All I'm left with is memories. As I sit and wonder, thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance. Even though the fact that you were younger, you planted a seed inside me. Helped me break the chains and search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it, I can't explain it.
Alright, you can already hear that there's some pockets I gotta fix with the second verse of the delay. Alright.
As I sit and wonder, thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance.
It's just, wait, am I selecting everything else? No. Alright, so that's another thing about your automation. Make sure you select just that automation that you're messing with, because you can sometimes select group automation and move the whole thing. Don't kill yourself like that.
As I sit and wonder.
As a rule of thumb, if you're selecting automation as an automation selection tool and a curve tool that is specifically for these things, but I've been using this a while. I got an idea.
Thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance.
Okay, that's a little bit more musical in the pocket.
Thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance. Even though the fact that you were younger, you planted a seed inside me. Helped me break the chains and search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it, I can't explain it, so I did. I ran with it, I can't explain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it, I can't.
Yeah, you see how the I actually gets delayed with the ran with it? Like, this is why you have to make sure your delays are musically in time with the performance.
Retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it.
Alright, now I can turn that one up.
Search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information, turn it. Search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information, turn it.
See what that gets me.
Search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out.
Alright, I feel like this delay will serve me better right here instead of right there.
I did, I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information turned into essence, but not to mention the process. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information turned into essence, but not to mention. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information turned into essence. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information turned into essence, but not the. I ran with it. I can't explain it. Out information turned into essence. Did I ran with it? I can't explain it. Out information.
Nah, I don't like that either. So we're just gonna keep that right there.
Same knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it. All information turned into essence. But not to mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. And in the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother.
Musically,
Not to mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. In the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared in the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. And I kept the same message in my mind. Process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. And mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I
remember, delays are supposed to be felt and not heard. I want them to be heard, but I also need to make sure that they're not as prominent to bleed over the words.
To mention the process of eternal lessons. Because the minds and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. And I kept the same message in my mind. And life ain't get better, cause it's all by design. But I gotta keep going, can't quit, can't resign. Different all the same shit. But the mission is to have a pot to piss in, and that's it. Life without you don't fit, like shoes with no fit. Yeah, life complicated. Forgive my displacements, the thoughts that's in my mind. I wish I can replace it, change reality I'm facing, but hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with.
So yeah, now that we've been playing with the delays, and we're just getting delays together. If you're still watching this, and it's just all about making sure that your delays fit in the musical performance, and they don't. This is what you have to realize when you're doing delays. You have to realize that you want the delay to happen, but you also don't want to be you don't want the delay to be so present that you notice it, but you want it to be present enough for you to hear the accent of the words that you're trying to attenuate to. And more importantly, you have to make sure that your delays fit in a musical pocket, because you can have as many delays as you want going, but if they aren't musical, then it won't make sense. So what I'm doing with these delays is just as important as everything that I've done with the dynamic processing. This is why it's not a wise idea to try to do everything in one session, because it's unrealistic. You have to take this by parts, and you have to rinse, wash, and repeat these processes over and over until you get the thing that you want. So usually it takes me about 3, maybe 4 passes. But I mean, like, the first video that we did was about 2 hours long. So that's the first time in a long time that I've done so much work on that level. But I mean, usually what I did in those 2 hours is usually about 2 or 3 passes. So, and my effect delay throws are usually like my 4th pass. But we were like compiling everything into one comprehensive session, or at least trying to break it down into 2. So that's what we're doing. We're finding these delays.
All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you, was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell lie, your sin is plain. On debt pulls this lever. I'm fighting this last step, acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wished you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed, or you have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you so obsessed?
So yeah, that's what you want with your delays. Like you're not going to notice them in the contrast of this whole thing going on, but the delays are definitely happening, and it's going to be a nice little treat for your ears when you listen back to the final version on the headphones, because there's so many elements and so many things happening at one time that you just can't have everything riding straight up the middle in front of your face. It's just not gonna be pulled off. I mean, somebody would probably fucking pull it off, but to musically have everything make sense and for everything to have its pocket, I really advise towards not letting everything ride up the middle. Like, everything needs its place frequency wise, everything needs its place panning wise, everything needs its place effect wise. And when it comes to mixing, like, you really have to think in about 4 or 5 different dimensions, and you have to think in all these dimensions all at once, and it all has to make sense, because you have to keep in mind that when you get a listener who's never heard you before, you have about 10 to 15 seconds to capture their attention and keep their attention. So what are you going to do, or more importantly, what can your engineer do to the performance that you've already given to give you those 12 to 15 seconds of acceptance from a new listener who's never heard you before and just happened to stumble on your music? You want to make sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, because once you put things out into the internet, it's subject for all scrutiny, and you just have to be ready for it. This is why when you put things out, you need to make sure this is what you're sure of putting out.
What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you, was killed when you died. As I sit and wonder, thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance. Even though the fact that you were younger, you planted a seed inside me. Help me break the chains and search to retain knowledge, so I did. I ran with it. I can't explain it, how information turned into essence. But not to mention the process of eternal lessons. Because they're mine, and the fact you were my brother, I shared it like a blessing. And I kept the same message in my mind. And life ain't get better, cause it's all by design. But I gotta keep going, can't quit, can't resign. Different time, the same shit. But the mission is to have a pot to piss in, and that.
Another thing that you want to do with your delays, man, like you want them to happen in certain spaces. Like, if you've noticed and you're looking at my automation in the screenshot, I don't have delays happening everywhere. I have delays happening in key places that I feel accent the parts that I think are most important in what's being performed and presented to the public. So the only thing that I'm doing, or the only thing that I'm trying to do, is enhance an already good performance. This all starts with a proper recording. Once you record things properly, then it is up to your engineer to take it to the next level. And you just don't want to do a bunch of things over and over again, or you want things to be such a straight line that they become boring, because, well, people have short attention spans, and you don't need to take that for granted.
And that's it. Life without you don't fit. Like shoes with no fit. Yeah, life complicated. Forgive my displacements, the thoughts that's in my mind. I wish I can replace it, change reality I'm facing, but hey. All I'm left with, all I'm left. Replace it, change reality I'm facing, but hey. All I'm left.
All right, so I think my delays are good. All right, yeah, I think I got everything with that track the way I want it. So now we can get those tracks out the way, and now we can go back to the hook. So I was about to say, whoa, what? So all right, what's the way to go about this? I know I bounced the hook in the first video, but what we're going to do now is we're going to show the hidden tracks. Did I really show all of them? Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go back, and we'll have to go in on all of this. Yeah, I still got my plugins on there. So, yeah, we're just going to go back in and just figure out what this hook needs as far as oh man, I've been on this whole video, man. As far as what I can do to make sure my hook is not just straight up the middle, because it's something that was brought to me by my client, so it's something that needs to be addressed. Let's see, why can't I unmute this? What is going on? Is it because it's frozen? No, that's not why. Okay, there's my mute. All right, so let's unmute all of these tracks in the original hook, and let's go back. Yes, I want to unfreeze those. I want to unfreeze those, and then yes, thank you. All right, so let's mute this right quick because we're most likely going to get rid of that bounce.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left
Okay. So let's figure out where we need this to happen or what we need to do in the hook, because how we get the first hook is how we're going to transfer all the information that we're doing to the rest of it. So let's just take this one part of this hook and cycle it, or actually loop it, which is cycle in Logic, and we're just going to sit around and just think about what we want this to do and how we want to affect this. Like, you have to understand, when you are the engineer, you are the last line of defense. You are the final word on what gets done or what doesn't get done in a song. So it's up to you to make sure that you go as far as you possibly can, especially when someone is hiring you to do work. You need to make sure you go as far as you possibly can, because your reputation is tied with that artist that you're doing work with. So you need to make sure that your work is kosher and it can stand scrutiny to some degree. You don't have to get everything right, but try to get as much as right as you can.
all I'm left with. Is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with. All I'm left with is.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Clearly seeing some padding happening, so let's get some of them ye old direction mixers. Let's get it busy. What is it? It's not in specialized, it's not in metering, it's in imaging, and imaging is not available because my channel's not in stereo. So as long as your channel's not in stereo, you won't get the imaging option in your plugin list. So, and that goes for all plugins, third parties included. You will get the choice to do mono, dual mono, or stereo, but you won't be able to do stereo if your channel's on mono. So you got to keep that in mind, because I've opened up the list before and I'm just like, where is this set of plugins? It's not there because it's not enabled to be seen. So, all right. Now let's do some touch automation on, what is that? First dub. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do touch automation on the first dub right now.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories.
God damn it. Goddamn automation always does this wonky stuff at the end, man, and the knob just goes crazy. I don't know why, man. I guess it's just a glitch.
It's the memories. All I'm left with. Yeah, it's memories. What up?
All right, so that's my automation for the dub. So now, let's take. What's dub number 3 doing?
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with.
Oh, yep, touch automation. Like I said, make sure you turn the touch automation off when you're done with it. Everything you touch is going to be an automation that gets written into your automation. So when you turn on touch automation and you're done with it, make sure you stop it before you do a lot of destructive work to your hard work that's already been done. Because by the time you start getting in the conversation of automation, this is strenuous work. And the last thing you need to do is second guess or double back on work that you've already done. Don't do that to yourself. I can't stress that enough. I really want to get a solo going on here. Okay, there we go.
All I'm left with is the memory. All I'm left with.
I'm like, why is that happening? It's happening because can we sum the hook some? That'd be nice, and just mute. It looks like I'm really, oh man. All right. What did I say I was going to do? 3 or 4-1. Let's see what 4-1's doing. So weird, man. I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it? Oh, it's frozen. Okay, that's why I can't hear it.
Yeah, memories.
How does that work? How do I mute this and then the sound comes in? This is wow, man. All right, so clearly that's happening somewhere else. That's all right. Wow.
This memories. Hey, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. Yeah, memories.
All right, I am. Oh, okay. It's already muted. I was about to say, this is okay. Cool. I was like, what is going on? All right.
All I'm left with is the memories.
All right, now I got the solo. All right, I don't want to affect that one. What are we doing? 4-1. Excuse me. Let's see what 4-1's doing. All right, so I'm gonna go with 4-1. Okay, it's already got a stereo channel, so let's put another direction mixer on this channel. Let's see. We went left to right, so let's go right to left on this touch automation. Or I went right to left, so let's go left to right. Oh yeah, I know this is a lot, but direction mixer. No, what am I doing? Just touch automation, man. Everything else will figure out itself, because you can control automation through this smart control knob or this display window that gives you all the plugins that are on the channel, the send channel, the volume, the pan, the mute, the auxiliary send. But I don't really want to find where this knob's at. I just want to I just want to automate. I just want to get through my work. And this is what touch automation does. I don't need to find a parameter to affect it. I just turn a knob and it just automatically picks up whatever I'm trying to do. So let's do it. All right, so it is left to right. So now, all right, let's go left to right. All right.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with the memories. All I'm left with is memories. Hey.
All right, so something like that. I'm gonna have to go back and like tweak a couple things because one thing about touch automation, it's not perfect, but I've done a majority of the work without drawing in a bunch of automation lines, man. Which is I've done that before. I've come from that world. It's very daunting. It's very draining. It's very time consuming, but you learn to respect the process at some point, and But if you can bypass that, man, by all means, touch automation, bro. Like, don't even do yourself in, bro. Don't even do yourself in if you can help it. I did all my automation. I got everything where I want it, and now it's just about me doing touch places of where the automation actually comes in, because I noticed that it came in short a couple times, and you see why I'm having problems. This is why, as I said earlier in the video about 10 minutes ago, you should use the automation selection tool. I don't have to worry about moving points. And I can just select the whole section of automation that I want to move, and I don't have to deal with that whole point thing where you saw the points getting redirected and redrawn. I don't want to do all that, man. I want to come in, I want to do my work, and I want to get out of here, man. I want to make people feel good about the choices that they make when they decide to choose to work with me. So and this all makes sense even to the person who doesn't even know what's going on, because if you listen long enough, you'll actually pick up the knowledge that you're looking for. So
all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro?
all right, so what I did that I feel like is a really good part at this point is I took the high register of the hook and I panned it from right to left, and I took the lower part of the hook and I panned it left. No, I got it wrong. I panned the high information left to right, and I panned the low register information right to left. So they're doing this dancing thing in the speakers that you're not really sure what to expect, but you understand that it's something that you need to pay attention to. And that's something that you can do very simple with automation that will just give you a long-lasting effect over the course of the song, and it gives your song a higher replay value, because somebody's gonna listen to the song and they're gonna think, well, somebody took the time to do all of this in the song and I wasn't asking for it, so maybe I should listen to it. It just makes people more susceptible to want to listen to your product, and this is what you want. And how you achieve this is you make sure you have an engineer that's willing to go as hard as you feel they need to go behind your ideas, man. If engineers are stopping your ideas and they're trying to curb your creative process, you need to get rid of them because they're not worth it. A proper engineer has very little to say unless it affects the overall image of the final product. That's the only time the engineer should have something outspoken to say. Other than that, engineers should be quiet. They should be quiet, and they should do more listening than they do talking. And that's the problem with a lot of engineers. A lot of these engineers these days, I don't know if they think they're artists or whatever. They think this is some type of popularity status. This isn't about this, man. This is the unsung hero, unspoken work, bro, that nobody gets to see until the lifetime is over, bro. And that's just what it is, man. Because, you know, the people who are really doing this, they're not doing this for instant gratification. They doing this one day so somebody can look at what they're doing in the long run and be like, hey, I want to do what that guy's doing. I think what that guy's doing is pretty cool. So that's why we do this as engineers, man. We don't do this for the glory, man. We do this because we love the work. And the work, it to be able to take somebody's ideas and turn it into exactly what they want, like, you've changed the world. Even by a little bit, you've changed the world in your own way. So you just have to make sure that when you're an engineer, your job is to facilitate other people's ideas into fruition. And if you're not there for that, then I don't really know what you're there for, but it ain't for engineering, because that's the only reason why engineers, at least in the audio spectrum, to me, exist. They exist to help facilitate people's ideas from thought to fruition. That's your only purpose as an engineer, man. Nothing more, nothing less. The only time you interject your opinion is when you feel it is threatening the final result. That's it. That's it. Other than anything else, you really got nothing to say, because you're paid not to talk unless your expertise is needed. So by the time the engineer has something to say, it's something everybody needs to pay attention to. Heed my words.
All I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories.
So I'm copying over my automation to the other parts of the hook, so all this makes sense. Actually, I'm not even gonna play this game. What I'm going to do is this, what I did earlier in the video. I'm going to take my play marker. I'm going to put my play marker, where is this happening? This is happening on the 1. So, yeah, the 1 would be 49 and a quarter, right? Because I believe that's like a quarter. First one could be a quarter. I'm not sure. Anyway, we take this, Control C, we go over here, Control V. What did it do? I don't know what it did. I don't know where my pace went at. That's ridiculous. But it's supposed to copy this to, because I didn't select the track. That's why. So, you know, when you're doing the automation, you're doing the copy paste automation, you need to make sure that you actually select the lane that you want to copy your automation to, or it's going to give you this blank response like, I saw you copied and paste something, but I don't know what to do with it because you're not assigning me to a lane that you want the information copied to. So yeah, now I have it, as you can see, when I pasted it, it actually pasted the automation musically to everything that's going on, and I don't need to fine tune it this time. Let's do that again. Control C, highlight your track. Go over here to the 3rd hook, go to 97 and a quarter. Paste it again. Bam. That's it. So when I pasted it, this one came out a little wonky, but I mean, I got the delay basically where I want the delay to happen. So now, I mean, to say that I actually saved about, I used to spend hours on audio automation, bro. Literally hours on this, man. I racked my brain crazy until I figured out some really unique shortcuts to help get you out the weeds, man. So it's important to take as many shortcuts as possible, because touching buttons and mouse pads and parameter knobs over and over again, it gets pretty daunting, man, and it gets kind of exhausting after a while. And if you can, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this. I guess I'll just pan it right here instead of what was happening in the other verse. And the fact that I actually panned it somewhere else will actually give it a different feel at the, it'll give it a different feel at the end of the song that it didn't have in any of the other hooks, thus making the hook unique once again within itself. So I advise you, you know, if you're gonna commit to automation, like, you probably should switch up your automation as much as possible. I've switched up automation between the first hook, the second hook, and the last hook, just to make the hooks completely different from each other when you actually hit a playback. So automation is about how far you're willing to go to complete the mission, bro. That's all what automation is about. Oh, that's where my automation went. See what happened? My beat was selected, and that automation that I was trying to do went on my beat track. What I don't want, but like this is why you have to be aware of automation, because this is complex work, and you can easily overwork yourself, double work yourself, or destructively disassemble the work that you've already done. So don't do either of them. Make sure that you make a move, make sure you commit to it, and make sure you don't go back on things. Stand on your decisions in audio engineering. Stand on them. And have explanations as to why you made your choices. Because the better you can explain yourself, the more people are willing to bring you business to them. Because a man that can explain something to a man that does not know what's going on, that man will look at that other man as, you know what, this guy's going to take care of me because he's not using his knowledge base to take advantage of me.
All I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories.
All right, so I got my direction mixer the way that I want. Now, let's play with a delay. Let's play with a delay. We already got a delay going, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some more touch automation. I'm telling you, once you get into this automation, it's kind of hard to stop. Like, I usually walk into mixing engineering sessions like, man, I'm not gonna do no automation this time. Let's start with volume automation or pan automation, and that's it, man. Next thing I know, I'm automating 5 different patterns or five different instances of automation in that thing, and it's just I'm just at that point where I'm automating 5 different parameters, and I'm like, I told myself I wasn't gonna do this, and here I am automating stuff again. So it happens, but if you're gonna do it, commit to it.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with.
I think your direction mixer and where things are happening, if you notice, I want to have them happen before the audio happens. These have just as much as important pocket as the delay. So you don't want your panning to happen on a word that goes halfway in between the word from left to right, because it's just not gonna sound right. When you play it back, it's gonna be like, that's kind of weird. Why did they choose to make that decision? Like, you need to make sure everything is musical. And the reason why you want to make sure that your music effects and automations are musical, because once you start to add these effects can either accent what you're trying to emphasize, or you're going to get in the way of the performance. And this is how easy effects can get in the way of performance. Like I showed you with the delay, some words were actually delaying that I did not want to delay, and it was throwing off the integrity of the entire performance because you were hearing words that I didn't want to accent. So we're going with the delay, right? So, all right, touch automation delay. Let's get auxiliary channel 4, which is our bus delay. This is why you try to set these things to one parameter and you roll with them, man. Like bus 4 is my delay. That's the delay I'm doing all my automation on, right? For everything. So let's get it.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. What I'm
All right. Whoa. Did I not do touch automation? That is super weird. All right. You just watched me automate this thing for nothing. All right. Let's do it again. Touch automation. Okay.
All I'm left with is bro?
All right, so we got our touch automation down. Let's see musically how we can get it to fit.
All I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left.
All right, I like what's going on. I just need it to tighten up a little bit more because the words are bleeding over. The delay is bleeding over.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with.
I can tighten that up a little bit more.
With is the memories. All I'm left.
That's cool.
All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memory. Left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memory. All I'm left with. All with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm so. All I'm left.
All right, let's see what's going on in the context of all of this.
All I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm so.
All right, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with everything that's going on with that. All right, let's copy and paste that. That's happening on the 1. Let's do 49. Select your track again. Boom. Okay. Whoops. Selected the wrong track, but you dig it. Where did my automation go? Okay. I don't know where it went. Let's do it again. Copy. Paste. That's a super weird flex, but okay. A super weird flex, but okay. Alright, there's my automation.
Kill one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. As I sit and wonder, thinking how we come up, leaning on each other for guidance, even though the fact all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories.
Alright. I don't like it. Let's do that. Let's do that copy and paste again, cause yeah. Alright, yeah, we could go at this quarter note. Alright, now that should be it.
All I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left.
Yeah, that's just happening way too long for me. Too accept that. We need to shorten that down. All right, how about now?
All I'm left with, all I'm left, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left
All right.
with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories. It's the memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories.
All right, I want that one to happen at the end actually.
All I'm
Longer.
left with is memories. All I'm left with, all I'm left with is memories.
All right, that's cool. So now we've done the hook, and the hook will allow me to. Now I can. Why can't I? Oh, I can't bounce this in place because it's a track stack. All right. And the sad part about it is I'm gonna have to copy that automation again, but whatever. That's the least of my worries at this point. So let's bounce this in place. Let's commit to this. This is hook mix. No, actually I need to get rid of the yeah, I need to get rid of this. Yes, I understand that. Well, no, I don't want that. Actually bring that back, and we're just gonna cut those channels because I want that chorus effect. I just thought about it. I put a chorus effect on that hook, and I actually want that chorus effect to stay present in what I'm about to bounce the track down to. So now we got all our 5 tracks. Let's bounce in place. Oh. So now we're bouncing everything in place, making sure that we're committed to our ideas and we're not going back. This is part of the final straw of what needs to be done with everything that's going on. We're getting one step closer to completing the mission. Yeah. So so far so good. Everything's going pretty good, and I like everything that's going on. I think the client is going to like the song as well when he hears it, and so far so good, man. Well, we're almost there. We're almost there. I think we've been doing this for about an hour at this point, something like that, maybe a little bit more than an hour. But we're doing a lot of work, and we're not backing down from the choices that we're making. Yeah, I definitely don't want that to happen. Okay, so okay, now we got our tracks separated. We need to take all of this delay information. We need to copy it. We need to make bus number 4. Wait. We need to put everything. We need to put everything on the lead hook mix, right? And once we put everything on the lead hook mix, now we put auxiliary 4. Auxiliary 4 is going to have the delays. Boom. Where are my delays? Why are my delays gone? Nope. Select your track. Make sure you select your track. Make sure you place your playhead where you want the automation to happen, and then you control V and you get it exactly where I had it for the whole song. So now I can kill this automation. That's cool. This whole sum track, I can hide all of this now, and it's already muted. So let's hide these tracks. Boom, that's done. We got the verse summed up. Let's hide these tracks since we exposed all of these tracks again. That's just 3 of those. Yeah, let's hide those tracks. Let's hide the verse sum because we're not doing anything with it. Actually, let me unhide all these tracks, and I need to freeze them again. So I want to take back all of my processing power from the tracks that I'm not using. So I need to freeze all of these right quick. Okay. No, we could get rid of that. Yeah, we could get rid of that track. Let's see what else I need to unhide. All right, so I need to freeze that. I need to leave that alone. I need to freeze all of these hooks, and I need to freeze the verse. So now we'll play that through, freeze the whole thing, and then you hide your tracks. Freeze your tracks first, then hide your tracks, because you're not getting back your processing power until you freeze all of your tracks. And like I said, this is not an option on your window that is easily accessible. You have to get it from the drop down menu that says track header panel settings or something like that. I get the actual option so I can make sure that I'm being accurate in this description after this finished freezing. So I'm thinking at this point, being that I've done my delay throws already, the only thing that I really see needs to happen at this point is I need to I need to put a well placed bed of reverb, because you heard some of the reverb with the RC20, but that's not all the reverb that I want to do. I want to do an auxiliary reverb and feed reverb into that, and then I was thinking about something else that I wanted to do. It's not coming to my mind right now, but I'm pretty sure it'll come back to my mind, so I'm not going to overthink it. All right, let's see. Now we can hide all of these tracks because they are no longer in service, right? So now that we've done that, we hide the tracks. Boom. Now we got, all right, I need to get rid of this lead verse, hide those tracks. Why is this happening? I don't know. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, hide the track, bro. Is it because it's an automation? No, it could be. Hide the track. It's not hiding the tracks. Why is it not hiding the tracks? Is it because I'm not doing it from the track stack? I don't even know. Where is the hide option up here? All right, hide track. I think I'm unhiding this, and I think that's what's happening. All right, that's my new hook. I want that hook present. Why is it not hiding these tracks, man? I don't get why it's not hiding this track, but whatever. We've already done the work. It's already frozen. Whatever, man. So, all right. So we now have scaled down 10 performances to 3 tracks. Okay? And this is what you want to do. You want to downscale all of your work and get it out of your face, man, because it's less stuff that you have to think about. And is it because okay, that's why it's doing this with this high track, because I had high track selected. I had my track shown. So yeah, I you need to have the H not green, but it needs to be orange. And that's how you hide your tracks. So now literally, as you can see, I only have 3 tracks going on throughout this whole song. All my automation and my delays are there. This is a perfect time to save. So now let's get to reverb. And as you can see, I was like, what is going on with this? Nobody. Yeah, nobody. All right. So now let's start talking about reverb, because we've put in a lot of work. We've put a lot of work in about 3 hours. We've done probably about 8 to 12 hours worth of work, in case you didn't notice. Like, I scaled this down to the smallest, the lowest common denominator. And the reason why is because you just don't want to waste time doing this, because you'll be in the middle of this and you'll just be drained of energy, bro. So get in, do your work, and get out. Like, that's it. And come back for another day, man. When you stop, make sure you stop on even numbers and even reason. So when you come back to it, it makes sense, because one of the hardest things I've learned in audio engineering is coming back to a mixing session from 6 months ago that you don't remember how you did it. And if you don't have solid points that you can stand on, and my mixing style changes from, I'd say every 6 to 9 months, I learn something that I implement new into my mixing strategy. So don't expect your mixing strategy to stay the same. I look at some sessions from 2 years ago and I'm just like, what am I trying to do in this thing? So don't feel bad. Just make sure that you make sound decisions when you do these things. All right? I know I'm long-winded, but it's a lot of information and you gotta hear it or it won't make sense. So now we have both of these tracks. We've committed to both of these tracks. They're already doing auxiliary automation on the delay. So let's start to key in a reverb on something and see what we can do. One reverb setting that I've went with for a while. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's the 3015 Villa plate. So basically, I was listening to an engineer maybe about a year ago, maybe 2, and they talked about how, because I only used to use one reverb at one point, but I talked to I didn't have a conversation with an engineer. I probably saw this on YouTube, and this particular engineer was talking about using 2 reverbs to make a bigger sounding reverb, and basically the premise is 30%, 15%. And what it means is one of your reverbs is a long reverb, the 30, and the other reverb is a short reverb, the 15. And you play both of those reverbs together and it will give you a reverb that one reverb will never give you by yourself. Allow me to explain. Now you should be listening in solo.
All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with is.
Like I said, another thing that I've been doing, I've been slapping limiters on my effects, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like playing with these faders and all these levels. I want things to sound how I want them to sound when I'm thinking about it, and I don't really want to think about it.
All I'm left with is memories.
Now, I'm going to play with the fader later, but the whole point about it is to get it as sounding as audible as I possibly can hear it, and then blend it in.
All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. Hey, all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? sorry I couldn't save you, was killed when you. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with.
And the other thing that I do with my reverbs, just like I didn't do it on the delay this time, but well, actually I did with the Fairchild 670. I guess you could say I did put a compressor on it, but I've been putting compressors on my effect chains too, bro, because like I do not want my effects to come off wimpy, bro. I do not. I don't want you to audibly hear them. I want it to be something that you just pick up on in the background, like, hey, what was that thing that was going on back there? Oh, okay. So I want it to be this little thing that's like playing in the back of the background. So you're like, whoa, your ears are like, what is going on? Like, this is like a musical treat. And, you know, I achieved this very quickly through compression. Like,
It's the memories.
Too much.
All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
I'm kind of with that reverb. So, all right, let's dial in the reverb on the verse, because the verse shouldn't be like the hook.
You was killed when you died. All I'm left with is memories.
What is that? This is 22.4. So if this is 22.4, let's go with 27.8.
What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. To aid you. My mind stuck in the maze too, but always in my heart. My heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel. Your sin is plain, on death pulls is leper. I'm fighting this last step.
Now I know one thing that you're probably asking is like, why do people do reverb? What's the point of reverb? Reverb actually lifts the performance up to a higher plateau, and it actually makes it more distinguishable to the ear. Believe it or not, this is what reverb does. It doesn't sound like it takes a lot, and if you've noticed on that fader, it barely is making a blip on that auxiliary fader. But when you listen to everything in context, it just gives it another platform to stand on top of. So you always want to do reverb, because reverb just gives your vocal performance, especially vocal performances, but this is everything in general, but it gives your vocal performance a separation from every other element that's happening in the mix.
Acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would have kept it, but I guess it's take heed, or you have to learn the lesson. I don't blame you.
It almost sounds spacey, whereas like you put the reverb on mute and it just sounds like the vocals in front of your face. And you might want that in some instances. All songs don't want reverbs. Most artists that I've worked with, they care not to have reverb, but you know, if we're doing commercial releases, like, you want to exercise every avenue. So when you actually present this to the public, nobody can say anything other than, I like that song, or I don't like it. And but it isn't because you didn't try. And you know, other than that, you can't do nothing about it. You can't make everybody like something. You can't.
Maybe for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow, it feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left.
Well, where did this peak at 08? Explain that to me. When did this happen?
Bro, I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in the maze too. But always in my heart is where I.
Do you see my decibel levels? They don't really go past yellow, because I've controlled the dynamics beforehand. So by the time we get to this, okay, all right, that's what I need to check. I need to check that right there. That's what I need to check. Because I was like, why did this just spike right now?
Better, and I won't tell I your sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last.
All right, the word lever is what's peaking it. Okay, so a negative 9.4 is not what we should do. Maybe I should do a 12.5 negative. Let's try that.
Sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step.
Oh, that's just weird. All right. I don't really like that. I'm gonna have to scale this delay down, unfortunately.
And I won't tell I your sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step.
Wow. All right, that is, woo. This thing is just peaking so hard, and I'm confused as to why this thing is peaking like this. It shouldn't.
Forever, been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I your sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step. Acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would have kept it, but I guess it's.
I don't really like that. What can I do? All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I wouldn't advise this, but this is a way to get out of this. A way to get out of this, I'm gonna slap a limiter on this channel. I'm going to go with negative 0.5, and I'm not really using this limiter to turn up anything. I'm just using this limiter as a salary cap to stop this thing from doing -1 on this delay. I don't know why it's doing that.
Sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step.
All right, so it was doing -0.1, so I'm getting -0.6 now. So, all right, I don't like it, but I roll with it because I don't think it's a bad thing to the ear. You have to use your ears, you have to look at your decibel meters, and you have to keep all of this in line, but your ears are the first line and last line.
Plain, I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step. Acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would have kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Or you have to learn the lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I can
What's happening
when it
here?
came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your.
Yeah, I mean, I could have let that delay go a little bit longer. I feel like obsessed kind of got cut off in the middle of the
The
delay.
money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your.
Yeah, I could do that, and it won't mess with the next
Came
word.
to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family.
We could still go a little bit more because I feel like obsessive should
Money,
get
why
cut
the
off.
hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
And when it came to money, why the hell you was so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow, it feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all of
It's so weird, man, because the delay at the end of the verse is at -1.9, and it's peaking at like one of the weirdest things ever. I think the reason why it's peaking at lever because that's a sharp word, and it's got a little audio spike there, so that's probably why that's happening. I don't think there's really too much I can do about that. But it doesn't sound bad, and it's not peaking in any kind of way, so I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to make the executive decision.
all I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Was killed when you died. Wish I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in a maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I your sentence plain. I'm Deadpool's his lover. I'm fighting this last step. Acceptance. Every day we talked, I had advice. I wish you would have kept it, but I guess it's take heed. Or you have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when
Alright,
it came
let's
to
check our
money,
meter.
why the hell you was so obsessed? Like,
Alright,
how
wow.
Take care of your family, fuck the
about-
rest. I confess, I'm just picked.
Our LUFs are about -9, -10, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Everything sounds good. The true peak is hitting at negative -0.5 on the whole song. So
It's too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have.
all right, so that's one thing that this limiter will do that you won't see until you bring out a meter like this. I have it at negative -0.5, but when you bring up the waves at WLM meter, you notice that my true peak says -2. So this is why I started going with negative -1.5 on my limiter, because that actually gives me a -5 on my true peak. I know it doesn't make sense, but I've actually brought audio into video edits, and I've realized that my audio is just it's overloading. It's going into the red, and I think it's because of this.
I have left, yeah.
See, I did 1.5 just to get -1. That's what I'm talking about. It's just weird, and you just gotta work around
Money,
it.
why the hell you so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with.
And now that I've turned my out ceiling down, I can go to let's go for 9 on the threshold.
Swallow, it feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah.
Let's go for 10.
All I'm left with. All I'm left with is mess. And when it came to money, why the hell you so obsessed? Like, make your money, take care of your family, fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed, too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with.
I usually go for -3, but this is hitting about -6, so like I don't have a problem with that. What else can we do? I want to put another de-esser on here to safeguard everything. What did we do? We did the regular de-esser, so let's do the Renaissance de-esser. Yeah, there we go right there. The Renaissance de-esser. Usually what I do with my de-essers on my 2 bus, I just set it to full mix, because that's really what you want.
All I'm left with is the memories.
And all I'm trying to do with these de-essers is curve all of my sharp, high frequency, low frequency activity. In this case, I'm going for super high frequency activity, because that's what's going to pass over to the listener, and they're going to listen to all that high information, and they're not going to like it. So it's not to say that I want to take the high information out. I just want to curve it. I want to smooth out the sharp edges.
It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left, yeah. But all I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories.
All right, now the only thing that I really see going on right now, I want to blend everything to the beat.
What up, bro? I'm sorry I couldn't left. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is the memories. All I'm left with. All I'm left with is memories. What up, bro? I was there to aid you. Tears in my eyes, my mind stuck in the maze too. But always in my heart is where I engrave you forever. Been damn near 3 months and I still don't feel better. And I won't tell I your sentence plain, no that pulls his lover. advice, I wish you would've kept it, but I guess it's take heed. You have to learn a lesson. I don't blame you for your quest, but I have a bunch of questions.
All right. I think we've done the work. So now, what's the next move? The next move is to let's look at my meter one more
Just
time.
like, how the hell you get up in this mess? And when it came to money, why the hell you was
-9
obsessed?
short term, -10 long term.
Fuck the rest. I confess, I'm just pissed. Too hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow. It feels like it's stuck in my chest. They killed one of the only best friends I have left. Yeah.
So when it comes to hip hop, when you're looking at your loops meter, usually you want to get a song hitting between 14 and 9 loops, right? And that's usually where we're going with hip hop songs. Like, it depends on different genres, but we have hard 808s and stuff like that. So like, we need to get that to actually step up and be as hard as it possibly can. And that's usually between 14 and 9 loops. That you want this to be sitting at. So when you do your bounce, you're not going back and forth in between your program. I usually try to bounce these things one time and I'm done with it, bro. Like, I think we've done the work on this song. So let's get a bounce down. I'm gonna send it to the client and I'm gonna get his word on it. So excuse me. Let's see, let's put this on the desktop. Boom, boom, boom. We got everything set up. We got a cycle, we got an endpoints. All right, this is the song. So, Michael's Mixing Services, man, we are out. We've done the work, man. We're done. Video's over. Holla.